They ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
I keep screaming this from every mountaintop I can. That's Hassan Ali, and this is Ilhan Omar. We know who Ilhan Omar. Hassan is the president or prime minister of Somalia. They had a roundtable meeting with nothing but Africans talking about getting in to American politics, but understanding that they are 100% Somalian and they will never change. Now, in this clip that I'm about to show, Mr. Ali, Hassan Ali, is talking, and he's letting it be known that Ilhan Omar is there to take a black American seat in Congress.
It is very important in Ilhan tayo Somali tayo measures Somalia are exceeding Sultan. Nini ndu haka to siyasa of ataba of moral. Porque that's what
they are not here to be our friends. They are not here to fight for all black people. They are here to fight for Somali.
They said the quiet part out loud and we're still acting like we didn't hear it. A Somali official went on record and said Ilhan Omar's job, her only job was to replace a black American in Congress and work for Somalia. Not black America, Somalia. Meanwhile, in Columbus, Minneapolis, and cities across the country, our people are getting pushed out of neighborhoods we built while they check black on every government form to access our resources. And when deportation comes knocking, suddenly they want to be our cousins. This is not about hate. This is about seeing the game for what it is and protecting what's ours before there is nothing left to protect. If you're tired of being played, stay locked in. This one is going to sting. Guys, wait this clip to the very end and then I'm back to discuss everything with you.
That's it. Those are not my words. It's their words. It's their actions, right? So before y'all jump on here, look, just another jealous black American. I'm not jealous of anything. We can't be beat. We're undefeated here. That's something y'all forgot. Mind you, this was on camera. So I want to know what y'all got to say about that. I already know that black Americans have no allies at all. We don't have friends here. We don't have allies here, especially Africans. It's sad, but it's true. And it's not coming from us. It's coming from you guys, because you guys come over here to this country, automatically look at us as enemy number one. Then you get caught on camera doing this kind of. It's absolutely crazy, but I love when people show their true colors. Please tell me who you are so I can believe you the first time.
Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put black Americans at risk? I don't think so. I think that black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike, first of all. Second of all, they don't even consider themselves black.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro.
Somalis are not black. Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as the term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that, sahib. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, are you black? I said, I'm not black, sahib. I don't accept that term.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
You think that a person, any person, can't tell the difference between a black American and a Somali person? I don't think so. I think that you can tell the difference between a Somali person and a black American person. Like, I really do. And I'm just saying.
To my American people, do you find it bizarre that Ilhan Omar made the statement that we know that Trump don't like black Americans? Notice how they always try to clump us all together. You know, the foundational black Americans are trying to separate ourselves for this reason. came into our country, use all our benefits, clown all the black Americans. Oh, look at them. What we've been told is all we gotta do is trash them over there. Just trash them, and we can join forces and have a good life. So you did that. Now, Trump is talking about deportation. The foundation of black Americans are sitting here like, well, deport them all. We don't care. Why? Because there's no deportation for us. We can sit back, eat our popcorn, and laugh at you. So Trump, please, keep going. Do more. Get rid of them all. And then you got these simps and cooks out here, especially I can't stand when I see a black man, a black male. Look at them, they're dividing country, their families, and look at them. This is wrong. This ain't right. This ain't right. Bro, do you realize that 20 million, more, maybe more than that, came over here with a false pretense that they were going to get milk and honey when they came here. Essentially, they did. Freeloading off of our tax dollars. So while this simp, this out here, oh yeah, we can't do this. This is wrong. Numbnuts don't realize that they're actually using your tax dollars to freeload and get this milk and honey. So my question to these people that keep saying this stuff is, how come we can't have the milk and honey? How come we can't chill? How come we can't have a good life? How come we keep giving everybody else a good life, but every day we gotta wake up and go to work, especially these blue collar jobs, and our bones gotta hurt every day? Come on, man. Y'all gotta wake up, Mike.
Exactly. What people don't realize is I am speaking from a place of experience. I live in Columbus, Ohio. You can check the numbers, honey, but I believe we have the second largest Somali community in the country. Okay? What happened was they got dropped into Urban Crest, Ohio, which is on the outskirts of Columbus, Ohio. Urban Crest was one of the last remaining Black American municipalities in the country. It was founded by Black Americans, sort of like Black Wall Street. It was founded by Black Americans, and we were a thriving community. And then one day I'm outside playing and look up and there's this guy walking around with all these sheets on him. And we're like, where this dude come from? We knew he wasn't one of us. Couple days later, there's 1,000 of them dropped into Urban Crest, Ohio, which if you look at it today, it is no longer the thriving Black American community that it started off as before they got here. Then they moved to the north side of Columbus, which was also a Black thriving area. We had Black owned businesses there. Black families owned homes there. And now when you go to the north side of Columbus, Ohio, it is covered in Arabic. So when people say things like, well, why ain't you upset at the Chinese for making Chinatowns, or for people who make Little Italy and all that? Because that didn't happen to me. Honey, if you upset with that, you be upset with the Chinese. The Chinese never moved into my neighborhood and completely pushed my people out. And we know the fraud because we've seen it firsthand. We know what's going on. There's so many homeless African American, Black Americans in Columbus, Ohio, because all the places we used to live got Somalians in them now.
So Somalians are trying to drag Black Americans into their fight. Check this out.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is battered by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong.
That was a call for allyship, and they threw the race card out there. We're all Black. What happened to I'm not Black, I'm Somalian? And what happened to the call of allyship when y'all was scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars? They only pull out the race card when it's beneficial to them, because before this they'll tell you you're jealous because Somalians are driving Priuses. And there's no allyship when they taking advantage of all these government assistance programs. HUD, public housing, they're not going to let you in their building that they're in. And these are the same people that will tell you, if you black American Somalians will say, hey, my people came over here in planes and your people came over here in shackles and chains. Keep that same energy. I respect that. Since me and my peoples came over here in shackles and chains in a ship, I'm porting my ship right here. This is where I'm going to port my ship. Don't use black as a race card. Don't use black when it's beneficial. Keep that same energy. You not black, you Somalians. You not black, you Nigerians. Keep that same energy. Because when it's time to benefit off these government programs, like housing, all that stuff, they lock other people out. They don't care about nobody else but their own people. So why you yelling allyship now?
Guys, before you think this is just conspiracy, let me tell you what I've watched happen with my own eyes in Columbus, Ohio. Let me tell you about Minneapolis. Let me tell you about how the very people who shout we are Somali, not black, are the same ones checking black on every HUD application, every welfare form, every censor box when it benefits them. This is not about hate. This is about a pattern recognition. This is about survival. And if you're paying attention enough, you already know where this is going. I want you guys to stay with me. Now, let us set the scene here. Because this story doesn't start with Ilhan Omar. It starts with a very specific immigration wave and a very specific political strategy. Somali refugees were resettled in the United States in large numbers starting in the 1990s. And look, on paper, refugees deserve safety. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm disputing is what happened after they arrived. Because what we've seen over the past 3 decades is not just resettlement, it is replacement. In Columbus, Ohio, where my cousin lives, there used to be a place called Urban Crest, one of the last thriving black municipalities in the state. And according to what she told me, black owned, it is black funded, black sustained, and then they resettled 1,000 Somalis there. And now Urban Crest is no longer a thriving black American community. The north side of Columbus used to be black businesses, black families, black ownership. Now it is covered in Arabic storefronts, not because of organic change, but because of intentional displacement. And here's the part that should make your blood boil. When Somalis move into these neighborhoods, they access HUD housing, public assistance, Section 8, all programs that were designed, fought for, and funded by black American tax dollars and political capital. And once they are in, they lock black Americans out. No allyship, no solidarity, just extraction. Now, let us talk about the big scam, the identity shuffle. You talk to Somalis in private or hell, even in public, and many will tell you straight up, we are not black, we are Somali. Some will say they are Arab, they point to the Arab League, they point to language, food, culture. Fine, it's all fine. You want to be Somali, not black, that's your right. But here's where it gets messy, guys. When it is time to fill out a form for government assistance, they check black everywhere. When it is time to apply for HUD housing in a black neighborhood, they check black. When Ilhan Omar runs for Congress in a district that's historically black and claims to represent the struggles of black folks, she cosplays as black. And when she gets into that seat, a seat that a black American should have had, what does she do? According to that Somali official, she works for Somalia, not Minnesota, not her constituents. Guys, she works for Somalia. Billions of dollars funneled back, policies pushed that benefit Somalia, and black Americans, they are just the stepping stone. This is not a speculation, guys. The fraud is documented. Minnesota alone has seen hundreds of millions in welfare fraud linked to Somali networks. Some reports say over $1 billion, while black families are homeless. Somalis moved into every available unit. Black Americans are homeless. Will our resources dry up? When we get blamed for the crime statistics because when Somalis commit fraud and get arrested, they count it as black in the data. Okay, let me make this personal for a second, guys. Allow me to do it. I've watched my people, FBA, Foundational Black Americans, get pushed out of neighborhoods they built. I've seen families who've been in Columbus for generations now living out of cars because there is no housing left. And I've watched the same folks who took those resources turn around and treat my black American people like they're trash, like they're the problem. You know what has the most, guys? It is not even the displacement. It is the disrespect. It is the way they'll say it to your face, we are not black. But the second deportation is on the table, suddenly it is, we are all in this together, brother. We are all black now. We gotta stand united against racism. No, we're not going to play that performative thing here. You don't get to spend years soaking up resources, replacing us politically, treating us like strangers in our own communities, and then throw at the shiki when ICE shows up. That's not solidarity. That's strategy, and it is insidious because it weaponizes our history of oppression, our civil rights struggle, our collective trauma to shield people who openly stated they want nothing to do with us except when we're useful. That's not allyship. That's parasitism. And let me call it, that's parasitism. Here's what keeps me up at night, and guys, it really baffles me. Like, how long before there is nothing left? Like, how long before every seat we fought for is filled by someone working for another country's interest? I'm asking, guys, for how long before every neighborhood we built is unrecognizable? How long before the programs we marched for, bled for, died for are completely hollowed out by people who check a box they don't even believe in? And I'm not talking about shutting the door on everyone. I am talking about protecting what is ours. I'm talking about demanding reciprocity. I'm talking about calling out the con when we see it instead of being guilted into silence by people who scream racism every time we ask questions. Because let me be clear, guys, this has nothing to do with where you're from. It has everything to do with respect, with honesty, with not using your identity as a costume when it is convenient and tossing it aside when it is not. You want to be Somali and not black? Cool, you can be. Then don't check our box. Don't check our seat. Don't use our pain as a shield when the consequences come for you. Stop it. Now, I know where we're supposed, like, what are we supposed to do then after this? First up, we need to stop being naive. Stop letting people gaslight us into thinking that pattern recognition is prejudice. We've got eyes, guys. We've got receipts. We've been watching this play out in real time for decades now. Acknowledge the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Number two, we demand accountability from our politicians, from our community leaders, from the systems that allow this to happen. Why is checking black on a form a free pass to resources meant for descendants of American slavery? Why are we allowing people to politically replace us while waving flags from other countries? Number three, we protect our own. That means supporting Black American owned businesses. That means showing up for Black American candidates. That means building our institutions so we're not dependent on systems that can be gamed. And finally, we stop letting people play in our faces. The next time someone who spent years saying, I'm not black, suddenly wants to hold hands and sing kumbaya when it benefits them. No, that's not how we do this. We remember, we hold the line because our survival depends on it. This is not hate speech, guys. This is survival speech. And if you're Black American and you've been feeling like something is off, like you're being played, like your community is vanishing in front of your eyes, trust that feeling because you are not crazy. You're just paying attention. You're paying attention enough. Now, guys, as I come to the end of this video, drop a comment if you've seen this happen in your own city. Share this if you're tired of gaslighting, and if you're ready for more truth, hit the subscribe button because we're just getting started, guys. This is the Bantu Merchant channel. This is where we speak the truth, and I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to stay silent. I'm going to speak up for my people. Thank you for supporting me, guys. Let us go to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you.